Can I give an example from a friend of mine, by the way?
Go ahead.
This was at the time we were both 25-ish, and she is a very beautiful woman. And many men, for some reason, had felt the urge to tell her in different professional settings that, oh, you're so beautiful. And it triggered her because she was not there because she was beautiful. She was there because she was competent. She had something to say. She was in a consultant role, and she was quite often presented like, now let's call her Kajsa, now the beautiful Kajsa will speak. And she had two prime reactions to this. And one was to feel small and humiliated, and the other was to, fighting men, I hate this, I'm going to fight this. And none of those reactions really helped her, because in the fact it was a compliment she was receiving. It was an unwelcome compliment. It was a compliment based on a gender inequality, of course, but it was still a unwelcome compliment. So one day we sat down and talked about like, how can you deal with this better? Like the next time it happens, what can you do? And we developed a strategy. And the thing is, in Gothenburg where I live, if you want to have a good hard talk about something that will take time, you need to go to Haga Nygata. It's a very old, narrow street. And they have the biggest cinnamon buns in Sweden. And when I say big, I mean they are massive.
Oh man, sounds good.
Oh, it's good. And when you order a cinnamon bun like that, you have time. No one can eat that in a hurry. So if you have a good, hard discussion, go to Haga Nygata, order a cinnamon bun, and then talk it out. And we did that. We talked it out. And we designed a strategy for the next time this would happen. Now, normally in life, there is never a next time when the same thing happens, right? The other things will happen that you have not prepared for. But this was how it was. A few months later, we were on a conference in Amsterdam together, and in the break, a 60-year-old German, what can you do, gentleman came up to her. And he had like this gray short hair, white shirt, black blank shoes. He went to my 25-year-old friend and said, I have to say one thing to you, Kajsa. Man, you're beautiful. And this time she had a plan. So she took half a step forward, blinked a little bit with her eyes and said, you know what? You're pretty cute yourself. And in that interaction, the power went from him and her to something else, because he was like, what happened here? He was discombobulated, so they would say, like strucken off its centeredness. And a German gentleman is not used to having a 25-year-old woman tell him he's cute. So something changed in that situation. And when that change had happened, my friend took another half step forward and said, by the way, I would prefer if you not comment on my looks. What do you think about the training we're participating in? So that was a way for her to really stand up for herself. Without destroying the possibility of an interesting relationship, which we had really good talk about the training afterwards. And it also gave him an opportunity to reflect upon his behavior, to get more self-awareness about what he was doing. If he did that, that's on him, but at least he was given the opportunity.
Okay. This is a great example. So basically, would you say she used humor as well, and used his strategy on him? Talked about his looks.
Yeah, definitely. She did.
That way she got her power back.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. But she did it in a way without like destroying him or being like really pushing him down. She made it in a little bit funny way, but still in such a way that if he's a little bit smart, he will understood that his comment was not really welcome.
Yeah, and humor is powerful, because I think humor is more effective than being angry or getting too emotional.
Yeah, quite often, definitely.
This is great. I mean, I have a lot of questions when it comes to dating, but this is not for this podcast today.